Part three. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about a case, but we're not going to mention no names, and you're your minister. You can't comment on any cases in school. I know one kid that has Asperger's.
Okay.
He's in Priestman school. Now they give him 1 hour a day. They put him in the library 1 hour a day, and they send him home. Now I know this kid for 6-7 years, and I know the whole situation. And I interviewed the kid a couple of weeks ago, and I put it on my blog, without his face, of course. But the kid was sort of sad. Like, he can't understand how come he's sent home after 1 hour. Is it right to just put a kid in a library, not the classroom, just for 1 hour, and then send him home?
Well, you're right about individual cases, so you've not mentioned the individual name, and I couldn't talk about individual cases, but ideally, every individual student would have a plan to, if there are challenges or some issues that need to be addressed, sometimes you have students that will gradually get reintegrated back into a classroom. So if there are some situations where students can't have a full day of school, then there needs to be plans put in place by the school officials and the student's family as well, and the support team, which includes professionals, to have the student go back into the classroom, and the goal is for the full length of the day, and the goal is in an integrated classroom. And if that's not happening, there needs to be more mechanisms to allow for that. One that we do not have in place is a dispute resolution, a dispute mechanism to resolve issues between parents and the school officials. And that's what, one thing in our platform of our commitments is to have a dispute mechanism, an appeal mechanism that's very clear, that if the parents and the families aren't happy with the decisions of the schools, that there's another level that you can go and get intervention in an appeal process that's clearly defined. Right now in New Brunswick, we don't.
This kid, like, well, I don't know about you. I know you, your stepfather is military, and you're from Armato. Nothing that a good boot in the butt can't be fixed. Of course, we don't believe in violence. But what I'm saying is, there's no discipline. And these kids now, when we were in school, we had to work hard to pass our grade. Now, they don't need a mark. They let them go to the next grade, the next grade. What happened?
Well, that's another issue that's different.
Like, this kid is going to go to George School next year.
Yeah.
1 hour a day.
Well, and it may not be on if the student wants to be in school for longer than that and is able to, we need to give the support to the student to have a full day in school. We know that being in school should reflect our society, and you're in a much healthier and happier place, should be in a nice learning environment with your peers. And every student should be encouraged and have the support to allow having a full day of school. And that's the goal of having the review of the McKay. Too often we have too many complex situations where teachers are working really, really hard, but they don't have enough support from the leadership of the school system.
But why do they let these kids grade? And some of them grade and they can't even read.
Yeah, well...
they even graduate. What happened?
Yeah, certainly
that was before you did.
Yeah, certainly we need more identification and more intervention. It's a complex system. It's not a cut and dry, you have everyone grade, or you have social promotion. It's not an either or.
What's that? Social promotion?
Social promotion is what you're referring to, is you let people pass grades no matter what, basically.
What kind of future is that?
Well, I'm just saying that's kind of the debate that there are between, and there's some research that's done on both sides of that equation. What we need to do is better respond to each individual student to make sure they have the intervention. And if a student needs intervention so that they can be in school for the full day, we need to provide that better. And we need to provide support to the teachers to accommodate students with their complexities and with the exceptionalities so that students can reach their full potential. Some students excel at their own rate, but we have to make sure they do that by giving them the proper support.
Like this kid, he's going to go to George Street School next year. Once he gets older, he'll have 1 hour a day, the way things are going now. He won't have no education. Shouldn't the province intervene now? Later on, he'll be in jail. or a mental institution or on social assistant, the province is going to pay anyway. So why not pay now, try to educate the kid now?
Exactly. We need the right intervention and the support so that the teachers and the student's family can be accommodated to have a full day of school.
But that costs money.
Well, it costs money, but you save in the long run.
But we don't have no money. We're going to do cutbacks.
We do have funds if we redirect it to our priorities. That's the thing. So do we want more systems or do we want more intervention and direct into our student services? And I think we need to have more focus on where we're putting our resources. And I think our priorities is just that. We have to focus on services in the classroom, give support to teachers, proper training, and give the accommodations to the students so that each one can reach their full potential. And I'm prepared to look for the savings we can find and also the efficiencies and allow to put the proper supports where they need to be.
Okay.